Do cold showers actually help with fat loss? You've probably heard the claim before. Someone on a podcast swears by it. A fitness influencer says it boosts metabolism. Others call it miserable, pointless, or just another trend. I used to think the same thing. Standing under freezing water first thing in the morning doesn't exactly sound like a fat loss strategy. So for a long time, I ignored it. But then I started noticing something interesting. The people who talked about cold exposure weren't really talking about weight loss directly. They kept mentioning energy, focus, feeling more awake in their body. And that made me curious, because one of the biggest frustrations with fat loss, especially as you get older, isn't just the weight. It's the low energy that comes with it. You wake up tired, you hit an afternoon crash, and by the end of the day, the idea of exercising or cooking something healthy feels exhausting. So I started asking a different question. What if cold showers don't burn fat directly? What if they affect something deeper that influences fat loss? That question led me to a scientific presentation that completely reframed the conversation. It explained that fat loss isn't controlled by workouts or willpower first. It's controlled by energy, specifically how much usable energy your body is able to produce at a cellular level. According to the researchers, when your body produces energy efficiently, it naturally burns fat to fuel itself. When energy production is low, the body shifts into conservation mode. It slows metabolism, it stores fat, and it makes you feel tired so you don't burn what little energy you have. That's when the idea of cold exposure started to make more sense. Cold showers don't magically melt fat. What they can do is briefly stimulate the body's energy response. They wake up the nervous system, they signal alertness, they demand energy. But here's the part most people miss. If your underlying energy systems are already struggling from stress, poor sleep, hormonal changes, or years of dieting, a cold shower is like revving an engine with no fuel in the tank. You might feel a short burst, but it doesn't change the bigger picture. That's why some people swear cold exposure changed everything, while others try it for weeks and see no difference at all. The presentation explained this beautifully. Cold exposure, exercise, fasting, these are signals. They don't create energy, they demand it. If your body can meet that demand, great things happen. If it can't, the body protects itself instead by holding onto fat and slowing everything down. That's also why forcing more stress onto the body often backfires. More cardio, more restriction, more hacks. They all assume the body has energy to spare, but for many people, especially after 35 or 40, that assumption isn't true anymore. The researchers described fat loss like a thermostat. When energy is high, the body turns fat burning up naturally. When energy is low, the body turns fat storage on for safety. Cold showers might nudge the thermostat, but they don't fix what's controlling it. What gave me hope was learning that this energy decline isn't permanent. According to the presentation, when the body's energy systems are supported properly, it can respond better to everything, including exercise, cold exposure, and daily movement. That's when people report more steady energy throughout the day, less stubborn fat around the midsection, and a feeling that their body is finally responding again. Not because they found a new hack, but because they addressed the foundation. The full explanation of how this works and why so many popular fat loss trends only work for some people takes more time than we have here. That's why it's all laid out in a free online presentation. It breaks down what actually controls fat burning, why metabolism boosters often fail, and why strategies like cold showers only work when the body has enough energy to respond. If you've ever tried things that were supposed to work but didn't, I think you'll find it eye-opening. The link is below this video. Watch the presentation when you can give it your full attention and decide for yourself if it finally explains what's been missing. Because fat loss isn't about forcing your body to change. It's about giving it the energy it needs to do what it already knows how to do.